It's done. It's over. No more of this fucking show. No more. It's done. It's over. Yeah, it's just no more. So you don't have to worry about how it ends or anything like that anymore, Mari. Because it's over. It's done. We don't need it anymore. No more Tumblr sexy men for you.
You're also into it too, you know. It's not just me.
Oh my god.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Charming Analysis podcast. I'm Mari.
And Jay.
And today, I am so happy we can finally talk about this. It's been fucking years! And I'm so happy we can finally...
2019 or 2020?
I think it's 2019, actually.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has been so long. Anyway, we are going to be talking about Season 3, in quotes, of Good Omens. So, for those who don't know, we've technically reviewed Good Omens before. We've reviewed the first season and the second season. And if you want to go back on our channel and go look at how, like, what the show's about, how it's been since it came out, you can go check out those already. So you can go check those out on our channel. Basically, we were originally supposed to get more for the third season, but because of some allegations on Neil Gaiman's part, for him being a very horrible human being, not going to go into details about why. If you really want to go do your research on that, by all means. Basically, he was a disgusting human being, is the best way to put it, in the nicest terms, probably. I could probably go worse, but anyway. Because of stuff that he did in his past, instead of getting 6 or so episodes like we did for the other seasons, we basically got an hour-and-a-half movie to end the entirety of Good Omens. So, how did that fare? I actually really liked this movie. We're just going to call it a movie because that's basically what it is.
The ending.
The ending of Good Omens. So, what did we think of the ending of Good Omens? I actually really liked this ending. I feel like they did a good job with what they had, and they had an hour and a half to basically conclude it. Do I wish there was more content? Yes. They could have padded it out better, but for what we did get, I still think they did a fantastic job of concluding this series. What do you think, honey? What did you think of the finale of Good Omens, the movie that ended it all? Well,
I really, really liked the last 20 minutes.
Facts.
The rest I can take or leave.
Yeah. The story, basically, if you don't know, this, compared to the first season, which was about the Antichrist, and then the second season basically being kind of like a bridge between this season and the first season, this is basically about the second coming of Christ. And
which is really just a fucking, like, side plot in its own story.
Which is surprising, because you think that would have been more involved, but it really wasn't.
I think because of the budget restraint, it couldn't go as big as it wanted it to be. I think a lot of it has to do with budget restraints.
And also,
it looks a lot more like a set than usual.
Yeah, like, you can definitely tell the budget, unfortunately, was tanked compared to the first 2 seasons, but I still think with what they did have, they did do a good job. It went from great to good. It's not bad, but I feel like you can definitely see a difference in quality compared to the first 2 seasons, which is unfortunate, but with everything that has happened with this production, I'm just glad we finally got a conclusion. Literally, most of the time when shit like this happens, we don't get anything. Like, we literally just... they cease to do anything. At least with this, we got a conclusion, which I'm happy with, honestly. Like, we got a conclusion, which is one of those rare instances when it comes to, like, oh, shit got canceled. We at least got something out of it. Do I wish there was more content? Yes. But I personally liked that we get to see what happens after Aziraphale goes up to heaven to basically become a leader for the angels and stuff. We also got to see Crowley being homeless, apparently, which is... I'm sad we got to see some of that. That poor man has been through fucking everything and back. This poor man has been through so much, and it's unfortunate that he's been through so much. What did you think of the whole Jesus subplot? I actually like the person who played Jesus. They picked a really good person to play him, in my opinion. Like, what do you think?
Well, he's Palestinian.
That too. So, but what do you think? I actually liked...
Again, everything that happened, like, despite the last 20 minutes, I could take it or leave it. I guess just, like, season 2, but that's a whole different thing. I thought the movie was fine. Like, it was fine. I thought the actual, like, ending of it was really nice and sweet.
Yeah.
Like, was, like, really, really good.
We'll talk about the ending in a minute.
But I just, for a movie, like, it kind of just felt like a lot of, like, meandering until we got to that point. A little bit. Like, it wasn't really so much as stuff was going, like, into that direction. It just was like, let's meander with the second coming, or like, let's talk about it.
And they didn't actually do anything.
And then the whole universe imploded, because fucking Michael wanted to do their own thing, and then
You mean Aziraphale?
No, when...
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Michael Sheen for a second. I was about to be like...
Michael wanted to do everything. Because, like, every single there's no other angels in this world. It's like, there's only, like, a couple angels in here. I'm like, okay, you can only cast a certain amount of people. And it's just like, okay.
I knew Michael was fucking...
I guess it was just, like, it was just, you could have the big finale, so you had to scale it down and make it more, you had to make it more of a philosophical thing. Really scaled it down. I think it hurt. The production of it, and, like, yeah, it hurt, like, for it not being, like, as entertaining as you thought it would be. But I don't know. I think the last 20 minutes hold up on its own. I wish we could have just gotten, like, a one episode where they were just in the, like, 20 minutes stretched out to however long, like, an episode was.
Like an hour?
Well, yeah. I wish we could have just gotten that in the bookshop. Like, I don't know. Something like that, but I guess we had to have a reason as to why everything fucking disappeared and everything.
Yeah.
So, that was just the lead up to all that. And... I don't know. I just feel like I don't have much to say besides the last 20 minutes.
Which we will talk about in a minute. We'll go into more detail about that in a minute. But I actually also really liked how I knew Michael was up to something. Since the beginning of this fucking series, I always had a feeling.
All the angels are sleazy besides Aziraphale. I think that...
I know that,
was
but, like...
very clear.
But I always had a feeling that Michael was up to something, and I just couldn't put my finger on what. I never liked him as a character. But as soon as they got the Book of Life and started destroying it, I fucking knew it. I was like, are you kidding me? I knew it! I like out of all the angels they picked for that, they picked him. And I'm happy that they did. Honestly, like, that was probably one of the better villains, in quotes, that they could have put. Mm-hmm. My goodness. But anyway, one more question, and then we'll talk about the last 20 minutes, since you really want to talk about the last 20 minutes, which we are going to talk about. So... what did you think of how they interpreted God in this universe? Because I actually like how they did. And I'm finally happy we got to see what she looked like. She was gorgeous. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I thought it was a different actor who did God. Like, can you look up who did God? Like, who voiced God?
I can look.
Good Omens in season 1.
I will look. Hold on.
Like, because I thought it was a different actor. I thought it was Tilda Swinton or something like that. Who was it?
I'm looking. Hold on. Good Omens. Okay, God in the TV series is Frances McDormand.
And then in the movie? Is it...
And then, let me see. So, yeah. Do you want to know what's funny?
Did they get a different one?
Let me see.
Mari doing their little research in the middle of the podcast because this is not professional at all.
So apparently God in the... Okay, so I actually looked this up because I was curious. Mm-hmm. So the original person that voiced God was a white woman.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
And then they decided, hey, let's make her a regal black woman in the physical appearance.
Well, I guess God can be anything.
Yes.
God can be anything you want when you want them to be. In this case, God is a woman.
Yes, which I actually like that interpretation of.
So who played him in the movie?
Let me see.
Why did I say Tilda Swinton? I have like a few names in my
Tanya
head.
Moody.
Tanya Moody.
So it says on here, she's portrayed by Tanya Moody in season 3, while Frances McDormand famously voiced the Almighty and narrated the series throughout season 1. Actress Tanya Moody takes on the physical and vocal role of the creator of the 3rd season.
Okay.
So, we know who voices the Metatron. We don't need to know that right now, buddy. Like, they keep saying, like, all that, and I'm like, bruh, stop.
The Metatron.
They mentioned him, like, 3 times after I looked him up.
That's a funny name for, like, an adversary. The Metatron. That's funny.
All I think of is Megatron from
Megatron,
Transformers.
Yes.
Anyway, so...
Okay, so it was 2 different people.
So, yeah, 2 different people basically played God in this series. Which...
I thought they're...
Then again, they did replace Beelzebub in season 2. Mm-hmm. I think that was due to, like...
That was casting.
That was casting choice.
That was casting schedule.
Yeah, that was casting schedule. Mm-hmm. This, I don't know why they decided to do that. But I like who they actually picked to play God in this. Okay, first off, she was fucking beautiful. My goodness. She was gorgeous.
So what did you think of the last 20 minutes? Because that is what's mainly being discussed. Right. People are saying because of the allegations and because, like, they had to shorten it, that it ruined what could have been. And I'm like...
So, for what we... Like I mentioned before, with what basically happened with one of the creators of Good Omens, because if you did not know, the book was originally made by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett's dead.
Yeah, but his family basically helped out with the production of this one, of season 3. Since Neil Gaiman basically got the boot, they kind of had to figure out what the fuck to do. And I'm assuming they were trying to make stuff before, but
someone directed it.
Someone
directed his screenplay.
Yeah. Anyway.
So if you guys really don't want to fucking watch it, by all means, don't fucking watch this movie, even though it's not financially going to him anymore. I think.
I don't think it is.
I really don't know. I really don't know how these fucking deals play out. That's their own fucking story.
Anyway. It's one of those things to where we could have not gotten a conclusion. They could have just literally left it as it was and stuff like that. But I'm actually glad that they didn't. This is one of those, like I said before, one of those rare circumstances to where they actually do have some kind of conclusion.
Just be happy you'll have something, and if you're not happy with it, then that's what fan fiction is for.
Yeah. So let's talk about the last 20 minutes. So, spoilers for those who don't want to hear anything about it, since this just came out, I think, either yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. I can't remember. Basically, they basically redid the entire universe. Aziraphale and Crowley, basically, after Michael destroyed pretty much everything in the Book of Life except for Aziraphale's bookshop, and Satan was somehow there, and then God showed up. They started writing in a random book, and then God appears. And Crowley basically wants to make a world where free will exists, and we don't have to worry about angels and demons and all that.
You choose that over being together with him.
Which
was already an idea that, like, he wanted, but it was tossed out the window when Aziraphale chose Heaven.
Which is understandable. Crowley was probably still affected by everything.
No, just because they like humans so much more than, like, the actual gods who created humanity.
Yeah, like, he was always for the humans. Same with Aziraphale. They were always for Earth. They were basically Earth's, like, #1 supporters, basically. So, because of all of that, they, instead of basically being like, I just want to be with him, and all that, they wanted the universe to start all over. And you had the Big Bang, all the stuff going on in the world, and then you get to see their human versions, basically. I don't know if it's necessarily them, or if it's just humans that are basically reincarnated as them. They don't really explain that.
Same thing.
Okay. Let's just say they're human forms.
Same thing. They just have no recollection of what happened. They're just a different version of themselves. Yada yada. And they got continuously reincarnated to be together.
Yes, which I'm happy that we actually get to see the two of them interact. First off, the Metatron was also working in the bookshop, which I thought was funny.
Everyone was turned human. I
know, but I like where they put everybody in the last 20 minutes. I actually like where they put everybody. But I actually really liked the last 20 minutes. I thought it was great getting to see these two fucking gay boys just actually go on a fucking... Get married, first off. Yes, they get fucking married. I'm so happy about that. It's fucking canon. No matter how many times we say it's not, it's fucking canon, and I'm happy about that. Second, we also get to see a glimpse of the two of them growing old together, which I thought was fucking fantastic. Getting to actually see the two of them, like, grow old together, and getting to see them, you know, go on a date, even though they've been on plenty of dates. They just don't want to fucking admit their dates. But, yeah, I actually really liked the last 20 minutes. That could have literally been a good portion of the movie if they really wanted it to be, or they could have done a 2-hour movie, honestly. They could have literally, like, gave it, like, extra 30 minutes and stuff, but I get where they're coming from with it. But yeah, what did you think of the ending itself? Because personally for me, did I wish there was another kiss in there? Yes. But
looks fine.
I'm still happy with how it turned out. With how the entire thing turned out, honestly.
It was fine. I think that season 1 is still a great standalone season. And
Same.
Everything else. And then also the last 20 minutes is also really great. Everything else, season 2, rest of this movie, take it or leave it.
Yeah. But, and I agree with you on that. Like, in most circumstances. I'm just happy we actually got to see a conclusion for this series, because I would have been really fucking sad if we got so invested in it and then that was the ending that we got.
I've learned not to be so invested in shows, basically.
I know, but
I've learned to, like, kind of accept things as it is.
I know, but it makes me
Creators
sad.
will create, and, like,
there's only so much we
take it
can
or
do.
leave it. Yeah. So, what do you give this movie?
We're going to rate the movie, and then we're going to rate the entire series as a whole. So, do I think this is... I personally liked this movie. It's not as good as season 1. I still think for what they did get with this production, I do think it was a good movie. It went from great to good, in my opinion. I would personally give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Despite the production not being as good as the first 2 seasons, budget being... Would you say severely cut, or like...
I don't know. I don't know how much the budget was.
I'll have to look that up later. That's normally something I kind of look up beforehand, but I didn't really get a chance to do that this time. But compared to the other 2 seasons, you can definitely tell a lot of the budget was gone. Like, you could tell, like... But the other ones, you couldn't really tell it was a set. This one, you can kind of see it was a set. Which is a little... It brings the immersion down a little bit. Despite that and the whole meandering at the beginning of this, I I still think they did a fantastic job with this movie. I would give it a 7.5. It's not the best compared to the other seasons, but I do think for what we did get, I'm happy with the conclusion. Personally, I'm happy that these two got to grow old together and be the gay couple that they deserve to fucking be. Even if they're not angel and demon anymore. So, I'm happy with what we got. But what about you? What do you give the movie? I'm curious.
Movie, I give a 5.
You give it a 5?
Yes.
And that's valid.
The whole series, 6.
You give it a 6?
Mm-hmm.
Whole series, in my opinion, because I actually did like season 2 quite a bit. I would personally give it an 8.5 out of 10. I do think this is a wonderful series. If you're into religious... I'm trying to figure out how to describe this.
Religious fiction.
Yeah, that's actually the best idea.
Even though religion is fiction. But
if you're into more like religious fiction or stories based on like God, the devil, angels, demons,
and
stuff like that.
Be a crackhead about it.
And don't be a crackhead about it. I think you would really enjoy this series. And I'm not normally that big on series like this, but I actually genuinely enjoyed this universe and how they decided...
I think people would be if they weren't such crackheads.
I know. And I like how they did this universe. This is probably one of the better religious universes I actually really like. I personally like how they decided to do this movie and just this universe in general. I'm sad we only got a movie, but I'm happy we at least got something. And I'm grateful about that because they could have literally not even given us that. But yeah, we can finally confidently say we finished Good Omens.
We did it.
Finally,
Yay.
It's been fucking years in the making. But yeah, that's basically going to be the end of this podcast for today. We appreciate you guys being here for this. And as always, I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out. Bye, guys.
Bye.